is Green, where we talk about matters that concern the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Finance Minister Dr. Kaiser Ato Forson has disclosed a shocking attempt to push through 13 billion in questionable payments that were intercepted only after he ordered a full audit of all outstanding claims. Speaking in an interview hours after presenting the 2026 budget, he said auditors uncovered layers of recycled claims, falsified documents, and outright fake invoices that had already passed multiple approval points. He added that some an interim payment certificate for work done already, and they are recycling it for the state to pay. Some have been falsified store receipt advice, and they are asking the state to also pay, and these are fictitious. Dr. Forson said the audit report, which will be released next week, is damning and troubling. He recalled the moment he halted all payments when he assumed office. His team questioned the decision, insisting some payments were already far advanced. But Dr. Forson stood firm. That decision, he revealed, exposed a massive problem. And also restoring 13 billion, he said. The 13 billion the Auditor General has validated 12 billion. The 1 billion left, the Auditor General said don't pay, they are fictitious, so nobody just concocted them. He stressed how close Ghana came to losing the money. Dr. Forson said those responsible will be exposed. If you are those responsible for this, yes, the names are there. The audit will be out, and so they will publish not only their names, but the companies and all those behind it. He added that he chose not to announce the findings during the budget presentation because I don't want it to overshadow the excellent policies in the budget, while confirming that the Auditor General will present the document and then the Attorney General will have to take over. A country called Ghana. A country called Ghana. It's sad though. It's sad. It's very, very sad. So yesterday, after the finance minister was done presenting his budget, he was called for interview, and then he made an expose that the country so far has been able to prevent 13 billion that was going to be in the hands of some ghost names, some ghost companies again. Now, you know that the state is responsible for state projects, especially when it has to do with road construction. When the government is constructing a road for the country or for a community, it is the state that pays it. I'm just using that for example, okay? It is the state that pays that. So the number of contractors that are involved into that particular project is being recorded. The amount that will be projected into the construction of the road is also recorded. So imagine maybe you are coming to construct a road from, say, Anya to Spintex, and then it's going to take like 30 million or 40 million. That will be recorded, and maybe during this project 13 or 20 workers will be on site. It will be paid, or maybe the government is going to pay, say, 50% of it, and then afterwards the government will pay the rest of the money. All this are being recorded down, and then when you bring it, it has to pass through processes. The auditor has to audit it and find out that there are not irregularities, there is no scam and everything, and find all the necessary investigations that they are supposed to do, or the necessary findings they are supposed to get. And when they are done, they can ensure that, oh, well, this is free from corruption, is free from that and that. And then they'll go ahead and the government will disburse that money. Now, the reason why I feel like we don't see progress in state-owned institutions or anything that any initiative or policy the government brings out there is because we are scammers, we are thieves, and we are corrupt. That is who we are. We are thieves. I wouldn't even use corrupt. We are thieves. In suits, we are thieves. Sitting in air-conditioned offices, we are thieves. That is who we are in this country. Now, the finance minister is saying that There were a lot of files, invoices from these institutions that are in need of money for a government project for the state. This is something that belongs to the state. And they're supposed to disburse the money. So in case they disburse this money, that would be 13 billion from the side of the government projected into all this kind of institutions that belongs to the state for the benefit of the country. Now he said he withheld it for further auditing to ensure that these files that are coming in from maybe this institution that belongs to the state making claims that, oh, we want to build this, we want to do that, we want to do this, and all this are for the betterment of the country. He said, pause, let's go through it. And then when they audit it, did their personal findings, they found out that all these files, all the invoices were fake. So in case they disbursed that 15 that money, it's going to land in the hands of wrong people. In case they disburse the 13 billion, it's going to land in the hands of wrong people. And these wrong people we are talking about, they are working for the state in collaboration with other companies. And he said because he doesn't want to disrupt what he came out to say yesterday, I'm clearly waiting for this expose next week. In fact, I'm eager. I wish it would be announced today. Why are we so wicked? Why must we sit here and be talking about this constantly? Why must it always be this company looting from the state, this company bringing in false files, this company doing this and that just to take state money that does not belong to you? Even if you don't fear the state, don't you fear God? We go to church every Sunday. Most of the people who do this goes to church every Sunday. Some of them are elders in the churches. They hold bigger position in the church. And you're thieves. Why? You know, sometimes it baffles me when I sit down to think about all this. And I'm trying to find a suitable word for that. And it's not coming. It's just painful. So imagine the finance minister was like, oh, well, it's to the benefit of the country. Just sign, do the necessary stuff, and then disburse the money to them. And then we are losing big time. You know why all the governments with experience, they fail? It's not because they are not competent. They are competent. But the people they are working with are not competent. So if a government should come into power and the government should fail, the government is not fail as a sole body, but the government is, I would say the government fail as an entity, because the government, you have a lot of branches you work with. So let me use the current administration for example. We have President Mahama as our president. President Mahama is not working alone. He has appointed people. We have the finance minister, we have the minister for interior, we have the education minister. These are the people he works with. Because he cannot do it by himself. President Mahama cannot divide himself to be an education minister. He cannot divide himself to be a finance minister. So if President Mahama's administration to fail, I'm not praying for that though, but if he should fail, it is because of the people around him. They are not doing their work well. So if a government should fail today, the government is not failing as an individual, but the government is failing as an entity because he's not working alone. He's working with people. Imagine you're working with thieves. How do you expect to progress? And that is why we see them coming up with creative ideas, policies, initiatives, and it doesn't get anywhere. Because if 100 million is to be used for this project, they will come out and tell you that we are using 10,000, and that 10,000 will be slashed and the rest goes right into their pockets. And even with that, they don't even do the work well. They do it sharply. They don't do it well. Even if you steal from the state, at least do the work well. Do it well. Let us see that you are doing something. They take the money, they steal from the state, and when they construct the road, in the space of 1 week, we are still on roads. You just take a critical look of all the institutions, all the governments we have coming on board. Their manifestos are almost the same. Every day we are constructing road. Every day we are building hospitals. Every day we are building schools. Why? 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 Because we are witches, we are wizards. We are wicked, we are thieves. 13 billion. Nkayeja manako sa. 13 billion. Yejai amanako. Just like that. Imagine Ato Forson is one of those finance ministers I know. They would have signed it because their share will be part. They would have signed it. It's painful. It's painful. Sometimes you should just put yourself in the shoes of these people. It is my money. It is your money. If today Ghana ditched or goes down the drain, it will affect me. It will affect you. It will affect all of us. I'm waiting for this expose, and I'm eagerly waiting for the companies involved in this, sending fake invoices, sending fake documents just to be approved of monies to ghost companies. And because we don't do anything to them, they are bored. They are bored. They are taking their money, putting it right into their... God will punish all of them one by one. You will not die peacefully. Thank you for making time with me on Devil's Grey.